Welcome to Veronica Live. We are back in business. I'm Veronica, and I have my co-host Tracy out in Colorado today. I'm here in Florida. We have not done a show in ages. Tracy, how are you? I've missed you.
I'm good. I'm great, and I'm glad to be back on with you.
I know. So just an update. I mean, of all the ironic things, last year we did a show about how you survived breast cancer, and then a month later I found a lump and was diagnosed, and I have gone through the journey, and you have been my wingman the entire time, and I've got to publicly thank you because I have texted you at all hours. I've called you with questions, and after 12 weeks of chemo, 4 surgeries to include my damn gallbladder that had to come out right before chemo.
Mm-hmm.
That almost killed me. And then a month of radiation. I mean, you have been right there. So I cannot thank you. You truly are my sister now, and you're my pink sister. So
if we weren't before, we are now. But that's what you're required to do now. You pay it forward and help somebody else through their journey.
Oh my gosh! I mean, I can't thank you enough. And then for me, the whole God and prayer, and so many people prayed for me. So I've walked the journey. I still have 8 more immunotherapies, but honestly, that's cake now. So I cannot wait till it's fully in the rearview mirror. And you told me eventually it would be.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting there. And my eyelashes have come in. They're still a little crazy.
Yeah,
my hair is still G.I.
said,
Jane.
Eyelashes are everything. If you have eyelashes, you feel good.
I missed my eyelashes. Now that they're coming
I did
back,
too.
I feel human. I miss my cute eyelashes, and then the hair. That I've mourned the hair. That was actually the hardest part for me because I'm a hair person. But it's just we're getting there. And thank you, because you've just been so right there for me, Tracy.
Oh, you're so welcome. It's so nice to be able to pay back what others have done for me. So it's your turn to help someone else.
Well, and the bottom line is we need to find a cure because nobody should have to go through this shiza in my book. But we do, the technology is so advanced and the medicine is advanced. So we'll definitely do a future show on this. We've got October coming up and we'll make it pink then. But we've missed talking politics to share with everyone what's going on in the world. And I guess, we'll just start with Trump because the man is hysterical. Several of my family and acquaintances, they can't even handle his little Twitter rants. But, the Twitter, this has just been awesome.
And it used to be that I hated the Twitter too. But now I actually like it because it's so funny to watch the reaction of everybody. Even if you misspell something, they freak out about that. Whatever he says, they freak out about.
Well, I guess today he was just on a massive rant with CNN. He wrote the hatred and extreme bias of me has clouded their thinking and made them unable to function. And then he wrote on the president of CNN, Zucker, little Jeff Z has done a terrible job. His ratings suck. AT&T should fire him to save credibility. And then he continued, NBC, what's going on at CNN is happening at other networks with NBC News being the worst. I just laugh and laugh. So I know we've talked about this before. Is Twitter presidential? I don't know, but it's hysterical.
Well, I guess it depends on what you define as presidential. Is it presidential to call these people out when you feel like they're being biased? Maybe. Twitter is a usual way to do it, but hey, you know what? If it works.
Well, we've chatted, and Trump just cannot take. He doesn't enjoy when people come after him, and he's going to go back and after them. And Twitter, to me, is kind of the sword he pulls out, and he starts to use his sword to fight back. So I don't know. It's just especially for the libs, they just can't handle the Twitter from Trump. But I know every day we're going to have some sort of statement, And then it goes to here in Florida. Tuesday we had our election, and it was the Republican Adam Putnam against the other Republican Ron DeSantis, and Trump came out, and supported Ron DeSantis, and that's who won the race. So, and it was a Trump tweet, originally, that was like, hey, you got to support this guy. And all along before that Trump tweet, everybody in Florida, all the Republicans were chatting and said, oh, Adam Putnam's got this because he's been, our agricultural commissioner and he's done a great job. But Trump changed the race. So it's just amazing what his Twitter does.
Yeah, he holds an enormous amount of power with that, doesn't he?
He does. So it's incredible, his Twitter. I'm always just amazed. I mean, because don't you want to run a race and have Trump come out and then you win? He supports you and you win the race. So just amazing. But
and I know he's in Indiana, I believe, having another rally of some sort for other elections.
He just never stops. He truly never stops.
No, he doesn't.
And then the other shocking thing here was for the Democrat side, Gillum, who's the Mayor Gillum of Tallahassee. The most hysterical thing was I'd never heard of Mayor Gillum until Tuesday when he beat Gwen Graham, who'd been a congressman here in my area. And when she ran for Congress, they said that before she even won as a congresswoman, that this was a stepping stone for her to take back the governor's race because her father had been the governor, a beloved Democrat governor of Florida, and I was shocked that she lost on Tuesday. I didn't see it coming, and neither did any of my Republican friends because we all thought she had it wrapped up. But I must say she didn't dig deep, and she never really came out here to the Panhandle that I saw. She just thought she had it, and you can't always think you have it. So
no, we learned that in the 2016 election, didn't we?
Yeah. So Florida, because they say Florida helps, decide the White House and everything. So I am totally on board with Ron DeSantis, and he's Harvard, Yale. He's a JAG reservist. He's a congressman. Over on the other part of Florida, and he's been on the national stage. I'm sure you've seen him on Fox News. He's amazing. He's got a great message.
It sounds like from the Republican side you couldn't go wrong. So that's the great thing.
No, and that was the hard part, because I love them both. But so yeah, now all my eggs are in the DeSantis basket now.
Yep.
But yeah, he'll be great. He'll be great. So we just got to make sure that Florida takes it, and because we're doing great here, and we've had 20 years of Florida Republican governors here in our state. So hopefully we don't.
Yeah.
Nothing changes on that. But no, definitely the Trump Twitter has been a hoot. And look, now we've got Ron DeSantis as our Republican candidate for governor. So I think he's going to hopefully keep the state red.
Let's hope so. It's got, we got to keep as much red as we possibly can.
And then, of course, Senator John McCain passed away from brain cancer. And at 81, I think he had such an amazing life. I mean, 5+ years as a POW, Naval Academy grad. I mean, at the end, he sort of drove me crazy because he felt like he was a rhino to me. But when he ran for president, I got to meet him and, hear him in person. And he was amazing. He's definitely an amazing person that served his nation. And boy, did he serve his nation.
Yeah, I don't think you could fault him at all for, the amount of service he did, both through the military, through Congress, for Arizona, but I agree with you towards the end. There was a few things that I did not agree with him.
But I still respect him.
I was also a voter for him back when he ran.
Exactly. Yes, I did too. And I know I was chatting with my son who's a millennial, and he said the other day, he said that this was the first political star, I guess you could say, that has passed away, for his generation, someone that they knew, and he came to the rally back in the day, and so even the millennials knew who John McCain was. He was always funny too. I remember one time he was on Dave Letterman and he talked about how he had graduated from the Naval Academy at the bottom of his class, but look how far he went. So he was he had a wicked sense of humor. I guess though the shocking thing for me this week was how Sarah Palin, his running mate that he chose to be his vice president, she was not invited to his funeral.
I know, and I don't understand that. I don't know if there's more to the story behind closed doors, things that have been said. She herself, as far as I know, hasn't made any negative comments about him at all.
Right.
At least I haven't seen anything.
Well,
so
and like the statement,
don't understand that.
I don't understand it either. And she's been so gracious in the statements they've released. It said the Palin family will always cherish their friendship with the McCains and hold those memories dear. So everything that has come out from the Palin side has been so nice and respectful. So maybe it's maybe it's one of the McCain family members that don't like her. But, she was right there with him. And actually, McCain is what made her a superstar. As you remember, she was the governor, and she ended up leaving early. And since this whole experience, she's always been in the limelight at some point.
She's been a political commentator ever since.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, and she wrote, John McCain was my friend. I will remember the good times. And so she called him a maverick and a fighter, never afraid to stand for his beliefs. And I think that's true. I mean, he definitely stood for so many things. And he seemed to work across party lines, too, because it's been interesting to see all the Dems that have come out and said such nice things about him. And so, he had some friends on the other side of the aisle.
He definitely, whether you agreed with him or not, he did pick a position, usually stuck with it. So, I have to give him props for that. Yeah.
Well, and then another funny story that I saw, too, was the In-N-Out burger chain has donated $25,000 to the Republican Party in California, and now the liberals in California are freaking out.
So, pretty soon they're not going to have anywhere to eat because they won't eat at Chick-fil-A.
That's right.
And now they won't eat at In-N-Out.
No burgers and no nuggets. You're out.
More for us.
But it was interesting because I ate at my first In-N-Out burger in November in Vegas. I went to a reunion, and it was like midnight. You're starving. And so I got my little In-N-Out hat. And, oh, my gosh, whatever the onion thingy sauce was on the burger. I don't even know what it was, but it tasted lovely. And then
at midnight in Vegas.
Isn't that, I know, right? In my hat. I actually wore the hat. So, I'm probably the only adult. Yeah, I was the only adult at midnight that had that hat on. But I learned, the company's owned by some, evangelicals, and even on their wrapper they put God messaging on it. So I didn't know that until I read this, and that's so nice, that that they do that. But of course they come out, and now people are after them. So why can't you donate to who you want to donate, and then why do we have to shut your business down when you do something that somebody doesn't agree with?
And that's just it. Why do we have to shut anyone's business down? How does that benefit anyone? How they employ people. I'm not so sure they're asking people, do you believe Democrat or do you believe Republican? Employment is employment. Why shut them down?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I know you were interested in talking about the college student that was murdered by the illegal.
Oh, yeah. Earlier this week I saw a statement, and I'm not completely positive that it's an official statement from the family, but based on some news reports, I do believe the family doesn't want her, to be the face of building the wall.
Right.